forever be hilarious that basically Pope Francis's last recorded conversation on this planet was telling JD Vance that he wasn't a real Catholic. Sold.
The Pope passing away on Easter 24 hours after meeting J.D. Vance is like Santa Claus passing away on Christmas 24 hours after meeting the Grinch.
What is going on, you guys, and welcome on today's episode. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great, and if you're joining for the very first time, thank you so much for being here today. Pope Francis kicked the bucket, you guys, and there have been so many reactions to the news, and there have been some conversations as well about the death of Pope Francis. And this conversation are about some events that happened few hours before he kicked the bucket. The very top event that happened that has been sparking a lot of conversation is that he passed few hours after meeting JD Vance. Now there have been so many funny reactions of people saying that maybe he saw something that made him think, oh, I need to go report to the VUHR, which means, go report to God because he cannot handle this by himself. And there have been so many serious reactions to this particular headline. I've seen so many people talk about how they love him so much.
Insane.
Some are even saying, oh, I'm not that religious,
Hours
but this
after
particular
JD
Pope is that
Vance
Pope that
met
I
up
like.
with
Together
Pope
what the people are
Francis.
saying about this headline, and as well people's reaction
Pope
to the fact that
passes
he
away.
actually passed
First and
few hours
foremost,
after
rest
meeting
in peace
JD
to
Vance.
Pope
Without
Francis.
wasting much time,
Though I
let's
did
get
not agree
straight
with
into
much of what that man stood for and what he promoted, I can still say, rest in paradise. Now, that being said, J.D. Vance and Pope Francis had quite an interesting last couple of few hours. Story goes as follows. J.D. Vance was supposed to meet up with the Pope. Turns out that the Pope was not very excited to meet up with him. And as far as the propaganda machine, well, essentially what they were pushing as a story was that this was because of J.D. Vance's stance, or I guess the American government, Trump administration stance on deportations. So instead, he sent his second in command to come and speak with J.D. Vance and basically lecture him. That was the story. Well, it turns out that the Pope actually did not mind meeting with J.D. Vance. And it just so happened that literally hours after that meeting, the man passes away. Now, I voted for Trump. I'm behind Vance. Damn near has my vote sealed, signed, delivered. Damn it, it's pretty much a done deal at this point, right? Unless he does something to really mess that up, he's pretty much good to go. But this is still crazy as shit. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. I know it is Easter, but this is actually wild. Pope passes away on Easter Monday.
Pope Francis, why did you leave us? What did you see? And why didn't you tell us? Right here, I know that you saw something. I know that you felt something. And you said, absolutely not. I'm out of here. Jesus may have risen, but I will not. And you see right here, the man in the middle was actively trying to do an exorcism right at this moment. He saw whatever was in this racist Care Bear spirit leaped into Pope Francis and got him up out of here. That's what I believe. This is what is happening right now. And it was at this moment that he said, you know what? I know that this man is about to bust hell wide open and he's trying to take the rest of us with him. And I'm not going. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell Sky Daddy and JC that they going to have to deal with you. I can't do it, but I don't want to be here to find out what's happening.
Pope Francis is dead. Yesterday was Easter, and today, Pope Francis is dead. Yesterday, Pope Francis shook J.D. Vance's hand. And today, Pope Francis is dead. You guys, it is 5-something in the morning. I posted a video about this just now, but they have it under review, so we're repeating ourselves. This is insane. My grandma is going to be distraught in the morning. Okay? My family is from Trinidad. They are Catholic to the bone. Hello? Hello. There is bad news every day. It's becoming difficult. It's becoming difficult. And I know also in the morning I'm going to wake up and I'm going to scroll and I'm going to see Aaron Parnas tell us about the Pope. And I hope that's the only bad news he has for us today. The Pope has passed away. He was just doing better. I thought that... God rest his soul.
People are genuinely upset that the Pope had to meet J.D. Vance the day he died. But could you imagine, you're a convert to Roman Catholicism, you meet the head of the entire Roman Catholic Church, and they tell you off? They tell you the way you're treating immigrants runs contrary to the gospel of Jesus Christ, and then the Pope dying the same day? Like, that is some Dickensian shit. Like, that is some Jacob Marley shit. Like, I wouldn't be surprised 7 years from now the Pope shows up with 3 ghosts on 420 in J.D. Vance's bedroom. And then suddenly becomes, a good...
Imagine being like one of the last people to see the Pope alive. So the Pope requested J.D. Vance's presence yesterday. The Pope has been very critical in his sermons and digitally about the mass deportations. And J.D. Vance met with the Pope personally yesterday, hours before he passed away, so that the Pope could tell him in person how much he disagrees with this and does not like that J.D. Vance has used the Catholic faith as reasoning for behaving this way. Like, the most important Catholic person summons the energy, uses one of his last breaths to tell you that he doesn't agree with you. What an absolutely insane and wild moment. This meeting was so important to Pope Francis that he had sent someone else to do the Easter service, and I'm certain he knew it would be his last one. But he chose to meet in person with J.D. Vance. And I hope J.D. Vance carries that and knows that the most important thing to an ailing Pope is to tell him that he should not be using his faith to hide behind with what he is doing. It's like a move.
I want to start by saying rest in peace to Pope Francis. Actually, one of my favorite popes. He's made the church more welcoming, more accepting for a lot of different people. Little side quest about me. I went to Catholic school. I was confirmed, baptized, had my first communion, and was an altar girl. That's a whole part of my life I rarely talk about. But with that being said, there's a big thing that everyone is worried about. What's next, okay? So I give to you the Pope version of the election. It's called conclave. With that being said, it's very dramatized. Let me be clear. But same energy, same philosophy, everything between. After Pope Francis is laid to rest, there's something called conclaves, which is like the head cardinals come together and they vote on who's going to be the next pope. I know people right now are taking their bets. People are guessing. My worry is I don't want the conclave to be looking like the presidential election. Continuous activity.
You all think? People have so many questions, especially for the fact that it passed a few hours after meeting JD. Like, people are asking, here, Pope, why did you decide to leave us here? Like, what did they show you? What did they give to you? Like, what exactly did you hear that made you say, you know what, nah, I will have to go and report to the original HR because I cannot handle this. I would like to hear what you guys think about people's reaction and what you think seeing the headline, because I believe it's everywhere. It's all over Twitter, it's all over TikTok. I believe it's everywhere because people are literally writing it on their videos and making sound and, using reaction videos and sounds to it. Like, come on, like, it literally kicked the bucket after few hours after meeting JD. Like, what is that thing exactly that they are not telling us? Do you think it is a coincidence? Do you think him meeting JD was the last assignment he had? Do you think it's just a coincidence? I really want to hear what you guys think because some people are saying, no, it's just a coincidence. It just has to happen that way. Maybe he's his last assignment before he's going to sleep. So let me hear what you guys think about that. This person said, didn't he say demons were after him? They said this the last pope before the rapture. That is why he was scared to open that door. He knew death was coming. This one said, I'm a bit concerned that the Pope was so stressed, feeling obligated to meet JD, that it caused him to have a stroke. This other one said, you are missing the best part. The Pope did not even meet JD Vance. He sent someone with a message from him to meet JD Vance. And I think he later decided to meet him as well. This one said, I feel the Pope stayed alive enough just to tell him off. That is the reason why I'm saying, do you think that his last assignment on this planet head was to meet JD and get some things off of his chest? And if you don't know, he's like pro-Palestine. He's not even in support of the deportation that the current administration is currently on. Like, he's not, like, he's a very progressive person. So, they are saying maybe he has seen some certain things that he just does not have with. This other person said, the Pope said he was about to die soon and wouldn't make it to the end of the month. I feel like this is not surprising. There have been reports that he has been sick. I think I saw a report stating that he has pneumonia. I'm not so sure, so I'm not really going to go on that. But yes, there have been reports that he has been sick. But let me hear what you guys think about this whole conversation and this whole reaction that people are having, especially for the fact that he decided to kick the bucket few hours after handshaking with Mr. JT. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I am going to see you guys in the next one.